Yo, what's up, Misfits? I want to get you guys this snippet right here. It's on Mike Maloney, and he's been called scam artist, snake oil salesman, fearmonger, FUD spreader. Okay, he buys and sells precious metals and trades them. I like his point of view on things. It's more of a negative view, but he has good points. And I wanted to bring it to your attention just to keep you guys level-headed on what's really going on. Okay, and he talks more about the world economy and financial sector, but he sprinkles in cryptocurrency towards the end, okay? And I want to show you guys that, and it's good. It's good. So the first thing this guy asked him, so Mike Maloney's on the right, and the first thing he's asked is right about here, and he's asked about precious metals. Okay, with inflation and we're constantly printing paper money, how come precious metals don't go up either? It's more of they just lay flat.
But you don't see the price of precious metal goes up. So what's going on with the price of precious metal, of gold and silver?
Everything runs in waves and cycles, and there's these delay times that happen. But eventually, when you look at long-term charts, gold and silver do rise to account for the expansion of the currency supply eventually. It just takes time. But right now, gold and silver are, for some mining companies, it's right at their cost of mining, but a whole lot of them, the cost of mining is higher than the current price of gold and silver. So
He's saying the cost of mining gold and silver right now is higher than the actual value of the metal itself. Now, does that ring a bell? Does that sound familiar? I don't know about you, but I have personally been reading articles the last few days in regards to Bitcoin and the fact that it's beginning to cost more to mine one full Bitcoin than the actual worth or value of one full Bitcoin. Okay, I don't know how true that is. I've read a couple articles where it said it costs roughly $8,000 to mine a Bitcoin. And I've read articles in the past, earlier this year, that said it cost about $1,000 to mine a Bitcoin. I don't think it cost 8,000. That's just a couple articles I read, so I don't know how true it is. I would need to look into it further, but my point is something similar is being said about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in general that's being said about the cost of mining silver and gold.
you can, I can prove that gold and silver are currently undervalued compared to the rest of the economy, compared to other asset classes and so on. So I believe that they eventually will rise. I never give any advice to anybody, but I just bought quite a bit of silver just 2 weeks ago again. So.
Okay, so next question he asks him is straight up, when is the market going to crash?
I don't know, but what I do know is that the things they did, Alan Greenspan lowered interest rates after the NASDAQ crashed in 2000. And there's unintended consequences when you manipulate an economy. And when he took interest rates down too low.
Okay, so when you manipulate an economy, I want you guys to relate it to the cryptoverse.
And he created currency, and he held interest rates very low for a long period of time and accidentally created a real estate bubble. And he didn't even see it. He didn't see that he was the cause of the real estate bubble that then caused the 2008 global financial crisis. Yes. So it's these people manipulating things that stores energy that is then released when the free market finally overwhelms it. Now, Ben Bernanke took interest rates down to zero, and they were held there for many years, and he took the base currency in the United States, the paper dollars that exist or the deposits that the commercial banks have at the Federal Reserve. He took those from 0.8 trillion, because there was 825 billion that existed before the crisis of 2008, to 4.2 trillion, basically creating 600, it took 200 years to go from no dollars in existence to 0.8 trillion, and only 6 years to go from 0.8 to 4.2 trillion.
Okay, Okay, just let that soak in for a second. That is nuts that somebody decided to print 600 years worth of money in a 6 year span. Okay, what do you think the repercussions of that are going to be?
Well,
Crazy.
that means that he printed about 600 years worth of currency in 6. Now, the energy from that has not been released yet. It will be in the next economic downturn, and we're currently in the second longest.
So, economic downturns. What he's going to talk about is expansions and recessions, okay? Up, down. That's one cycle. He's going to say that we've gone through 47 of those cycles, with this particular cycle of expansion being one of the longest of all time. So, how much longer can it really last?
Economic expansion in U.S. history. There have been 47 economic expansions and recessions. And so the odds of this going along much longer are very, very low. So I think within the next year, 2 years at the most, you are going to see something happen in the world. And it doesn't matter whether it starts here or whether it starts in China or, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada have immense
Europe, yes.
real estate bubbles going on. Europe, northern Italy has been having bank failures.
The target too.
Yeah, there's
The
a
target
whole lot
too.
of problems in the world. Economies are all interconnected today, much more so than they were back in 2008, and that was a global financial crisis.
Basically, he's saying with how interconnected every country's world economic sector is, that just like the United States real estate sector caused the 2008 financial crash, world economic downturn, anything can happen now. It could be in China, it could be in Russia, it could be in the United States, Africa. Anything major enough can cause a snowball or domino effect that affects the entire world.
So when this hits, it's going to be far worse than 2008, and it will sweep around the world, and it doesn't have to start, and it doesn't have to be some problem in the United States that causes it or any specific place. It just takes one trigger somewhere in the world.
Okay.
And that's when you're going to see gold and silver unleashed, and I also believe you're going to see cryptocurrencies rise.
Wait, what? Did you guys catch that? Tell me you fucking caught that. Mike Maloney knows what's up, and if there is a crash coming with fiat, silver, precious metals, gold, palladium, platinum, and cryptocurrencies, he said. Now, that doesn't mean that immediately they're going to go up. So be careful what you invest in, is my point. Because if there's no money in people's savings accounts, if their 401ks or retirement accounts have gone to zilch because the stock market crashed, they're not buying Bitcoin, guys. So there is going to be a sort of grace period or really low period where no money is being spent. But cryptocurrencies will eventually rise.
Yeah, if or when somebody has $1,000 to invest to prepare for economic crisis, where would you invest it? What would you recommend?
I never give advice to anybody. All I do is I tell people what I do.
Yeah.
And my only investments, my largest position is in precious metals, but I also own some cryptocurrencies. And so that's what I've done is...
Okay, did you notice how he said that quietly? He almost wanted to keep that a secret. Okay? You need to catch that. He subconsciously kept that a secret, in a sense.
Largest position is in precious metals, but I also own some cryptocurrencies. And so that's what I've done is precious metals and cryptocurrency.
For economic crisis, where would you invest it? What would you recommend?
I never give advice to anybody. All I do is I tell people what I do.
Yeah.
And my only investments, my largest position is in precious metals, but I also own some cryptocurrencies. And so that's what I've done is precious metals and cryptocurrencies, and that's it. I don't own any stocks anymore. I haven't for quite a few years. I have no other investments. I've got, I've got a piece of property, but that's about it. So.
Okay.
All right, this is a good video. It's 12 minutes long. I don't want to show you too much more, if at all. I only have like 40 something subscribers, so I'm not stealing this channel's thunder, but I want you to go and visit the particular channel and go watch the rest of the video there, okay? It's a good clip. Go follow Mike Maloney. You don't have to follow him, but he's got about 300,000 followers. He launched something called The Hidden Secrets of Money. It was a mini series. He's got millions of views. Like I said, he's been called a scam artist and snake oil salesman. I don't care about that crap. Let's keep a level head, eyes and ears on the ground. Okay? What happens in worldly financial sectors, we need to keep an eye on because that's going to affect cryptocurrency one way or another. I think if the stock markets crash, there's not going to be any money. If there's a depression of sorts, let's say, there's not going to be any money for crypto. Okay, people are going to be barely making it. Now, once things settle down, I think crypto is going to explode, and that's kind of what Mike was saying. Precious metals and cryptocurrencies are going to take a jolt, and rightfully so. So, if you guys like this, if you found value in this, share it. If it's your first time at the channel, hit that subscribe. You know, we got more content, solid content, more to come. So, it's Crypto Kirk. It's the Crypto Misfits. We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.